Welcome to Get Over It, the consciousness transforming podcast for exceptional 21st century living. We've got a show on mental health today, but it's got a little twist to it, and you're really going to enjoy it. Becky Chambers is back with me, and we're going to be talking about her latest book, and that is Whole Body Vibration for Mental Health, Natural Methods for Finding Peace Amid Chaos. And folks, you know we need some peace amid all this chaos going on right now between everything going on. But Becky's going to give us some answers and some wonderful tips. And a few I've tried myself. They do work. And we can get ourselves back to optimal health. Now, the information shared on Get Over It uses intuitive and pragmatic insight to help you shift your consciousness to break through blocks and release energy that is no longer needed. Yes, we're going to help you let go of the BS that's been holding you back. But you guys know I always ask that question, are you truly ready to? And by the way, folks, BS is belief system. A bit about me for my new listeners, intuitive since birth. I'm a third-generation intuitive with over 3 decades of experience supporting people to break through the blocks along their path. I'm a strategist for personal and professional transformation, revealing cutting-edge information that enables you to prosper and thrive. I spent 25 successful years in corporate America as an executive sales professional, and I'm the founder of Healing Visions Ministries and the Northern California Children's Education Network, a 501c3 nonprofit. I also authored 2 books. Excuse me. I provide consultations and healings in all areas of life that heal the mind-body-spirit connection, allowing you to live your very best life. Now, my clients tell me that I keep it real while providing them with accurate information to assist them along their journey as a spirit living a human existence. But they also say, if you really don't want to know, don't ask, Monique. My background includes a doctorate in metaphysics, Reiki master teacher, ordained minister, and clinical hypnotherapist. So whether you are stressed, depressed, or possessed, I can help. To find out more about me and my services, go to my website, and that's MoniqueChapman.com, and I invite you to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn. My guest today, Becky Chambers, is a natural health practitioner, teacher, author, and the president and owner of Vibrant Health, where she specializes in the booming exercise and therapeutic system of whole body vibration and homeopathy. I can never say that right. She is a world expert in world body vibration with 20 years of experience and author of the best-selling book, Whole Body Vibration, The Future of Good Health. She has written 3 other books on whole body vibration, including her latest book, which we're talking about today, and that is Whole Body Vibration for Mental Health. Becky has a Bachelor's of Science degree from University of Massachusetts, a Master's in Education from Lesley College, and a graduate degree in Natural Health from Clayton College of Natural Health. You can check her out online at her website, and that is B as in boy, C as in Charlie, V as in Victor, IBRANT health.com. So it's bcvibranthealth.com. Welcome back, Becky.
Hi, Monique. It's great to be here.
Hey, it's great to have you back. You know, it's perfect timing for this show. We booked it a while ago and not knowing that we would be in the state that we're in right now. But it's prime time for, you know, some mental health boosting, because with COVID, so many people are experiencing such horrible symptoms from loneliness, depression, anxiety, just flat out, I've given up. So tell us, how does your system, how does your work approach those symptoms that I described?
Well, hi, Monique, and I really, really get it. I mean, I understand. I had 30 years of major depression myself, a long time ago. That's back when I was a little kid. And I really had to find powerful natural methods to address the situation. I did try Western medicine first, and it really was not effective, more sort of traditional methods. And I did eventually find these really powerful natural approaches that have no negative side effects and are, in my opinion, more effective than any other approaches. So it's a combination. What I recommend is a combination of a whole bunch of things it makes for a much more powerful system than to just try one thing in isolation. So, for example, whole body vibration is fantastic. It actually raises serotonin. It's a form of exercise, and exercise is famous for improving your mood because of raising different neurotransmitters in your brain. Well, whole body vibration is very intense exercise in a short period of time, but you don't even have to use it as a workout. You can just stand on there and get the mental health benefits, most of them, because it's just huge stimulation of your nervous system and your brain.
Okay.
So
well, let's back up one quick second. And for the folks who haven't listened to the other two podcasts that we've done, what is whole body vibration? Give us a capsule view of that.
Okay. So it's a machine. It's a plate, a vibrating plate that you stand on, or you could even sit on it, and it sends vibration through your body. So it's working on physical, mental, and emotional, spiritual levels all at the same time. It is a workout. It was originally developed for Olympic athletes, but it's also really powerful stimulation of your brain and an energetic treatment at the same time. So I had a ton of health problems, and I used this to help me get better. One of the many things it does is improve your mental health. So fantastic, and it's booming worldwide because it's so effective. I mean, for one thing, 10 minutes gives you the benefits of an hour of conventional weight training. Who's not excited about that?
Okay, wait a minute. So you get on this machine, and if you go to her website, folks, you can see what the machines look like. So you stand on this machine, you turn it on, it does its thing for 10 minutes, and that's all you have to do, and you feel better?
Well, for mental health, yes, because automatically all your neurons are going to be firing the same rate the machine is vibrating, which is 20 to 50 times per second. Massive, massive stimulation of your brain. As millions of neurons all over your body are firing 20 to 50 times per second, and you're on there 10 minutes, that is a massive stimulation of your brain. It's not bad. It's great. It's really, really good for your brain. Wakes everything up, every cell in your body. But your brain, it's just waking up. It's like you turn on a light bulb up there, It's like wake up, get going, and release all kinds of neurochemicals that your body naturally produces to communicate between the different cells up there, the neurons, and that causes your brain to start working, including, serotonin, very famous, antidepressant neurotransmitter, the one that all the antidepressant drugs are addressing. Well, that starts releasing and increasing in your brain almost immediately. That's my experience with my clients, with myself, that tons of people report a better mood and more energy and sleeping better, which is part of serotonin's effect, almost immediately. There is research with animals showing that it increases serotonin levels, but doing that, actually measuring serotonin in the brain, is basically impossible with people because it's a very invasive procedure.
Thank you then.
People feel better. Lots and lots of people report feeling better. So that's great. But like I said, it's not everybody is going to get that effect, so I highly recommend adding in a bunch of other natural approaches, which are really powerful also. And just basic natural health, I mean, you're not going to be feeling good if your body is feeling super sluggish from all the junk you ate.
You could have said the S word. It's okay. Because basically it kind of comes down to that, right? I mean, if you're eating, complex carbs morning, noon, and night, you might have an issue or 9,000. There has to be a balance. But the one thing you talked about in your book, and I know it, but a lot of people may not know it, and that's about gut health and how the health of our gut determines our overall health. In the book, you talk about gut health, that 90% of our serotonin is produced by the intestines. Now, that part I didn't know. So why is it?
I find that hard to believe myself, but it's there in writing it when you do the research. I find it hard to believe, but there is a lot going on down there, and you've got to have a healthy gut in order to feel good physically and mentally. So I know, again, from personal experience, I was sick as a dog. I was on antibiotics for 2 years when I was 12, plus probably 100 doses of it, and that will destroy your gut flora. Because it kills. Gut flora means the good bacteria and, that you've got in your gut. And I killed it all very effectively. And that led to 20 years of major, major depression and just cascading boomerang of health problems that just went crazy. So you do need to take care of, you need to be very cognizant of what you're eating. It affects you in many ways, and gut flora is a big part of it. So, and unfortunately, but I mean, it's a good news in a way that it's so prevalent, this imbalance in gut health, because it's not that hard to fix. And when you fix it, you feel vastly better. So that means absolutely, 70% of the people in the country have gut flora imbalance, in my opinion. And estimates are out there of about that much. So, in 1 week, you can transform your gut flora and feel vastly better. I've always thought people knew about this. Honest to God. If you really follow a careful program, you can completely transform your gut flora in about 1 week, and physical and mental symptoms just improve dramatically. I've had so many people, including myself, but many of my clients too, who get on a program, and 1 week later they're like, I cannot believe how much better I feel. My joints all feel better. I'm sleeping better. My mood's better. Everything. Energy shoots up. It's dramatic.
Okay.
Again, not everybody. So that's why you want to have a whole bunch of tools at your disposal. So you can just try a bunch of things, and in my book, what I suggest is if you've already got depression, read the book or anxiety. This is for anxiety too, and pick out 7 of these 10 different methods, be sure to include the whole body vibration if you can do it, because it's going to hit your body on every level, help you in so many ways, and make it easier to do the other things. So then take those 7 things, do them all every day, and your chances of feeling enormously better in a few weeks are huge. That's
now, when we do the whole body vibration, you have your products, your machines on your website, and you can go there and see. And you can see it's not difficult to use. But what if someone looks at the price point and they're like, I want to do this, but I just can't? What do you suggest for them?
Well, first of all, I have free financing available on my website. So, I can go down to less than $100, payments for 6 months or something. There are less expensive machines out there. They might be they're not going to be as good, honestly. You need a certain kind of vibration to get all the benefits. But if you really can't manage it, something is better than nothing. And the other methods in my book, a lot of them are free. You can do all kinds of things there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the vibration. There's a homeopathic remedy I recommend. I think it's $20 a month. And actually, you can get a $20 bottle that'll last you 5 months, I think. We'll talk more about that one later. But food, you make your choices. Which food? It's not that expensive to choose the healthier ones, and you get benefits all over the place with that. Okay.
So name 5 major foods we should just stay away from if we're looking to heal our body. Just 5. I know there's many.
This is so depressing. You know what I always do? I say turn to the page where there's all the foods you can eat, and take a look at that first. Because then you'll realize, because you know what the thing is, people are so used to eating a diet that is not varied. Everything they eat has wheat in it and dairy. So if you tell them, well, wheat and dairy are not the best foods for you, and sugar, they're like, oh my gosh, there's absolutely nothing to eat. That's everything I eat.
And that's why you feel
true.
the way you feel. So it's time for a change.
Exactly.
Try something new.
There's a million things to eat out there. Well, not a million, but, there's go into the produce section. You can get almost anything in there. Go around the outside of the store. Get healthy proteins, all kinds of produce, vegetables, fruits are great for you, and there's tons of different ones there, right? So there's huge variety. There's all kinds of beans. There's grains that are healthy and can be really quick, too. You don't have to spend a lot of time. Like I eat these crackers that are made from rice or rye, and there's nothing else in them except rice and rye because it's a way better for me than wheat. Mm-hmm. Wheat is a difficult food for a lot of people. But for that, and there's different diets addressing different issues. So that gut flora thing we were talking about, which I recommend for most people to do something with that. Yes, diet is involved, and the junk foods. Stay away from junk food. Highly processed foods. They are just overall not good for you in any way, shape, or form. They've got so many negatives to them. So the less you want the whole foods, really simple. Think whole foods. That's the whole produce section. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll work. Now, mental and emotional stress leads to increased levels of inflammation. There's a huge percentage of people in America and around the world who are dealing with inflammation. How can we, first of all, realize that we have inflammation, and then what do you feel that we can do about it?
How do you know you have inflammation? You're uncomfortable. You're miserable. You got pain here and there. You got inflammation. You got any kind of chronic health problem. You've got inflammation because it is linked with pain and all chronic health problems pretty much. So most people have it. And really exciting that whole body vibration has been shown in research to lower inflammation. And of course, I see it in my clients all the time. If you do whole body vibration properly, which means use the right kind of vibration and don't do too much too soon. People think of it as exercise equipment, and they try to do like a workout on it right off the bat. And they think, more is better. If this is good, I should do a lot of it. No, actually. Because think of it more this way. Okay, you haven't been exercising, you're feeling crappy. Do you try to go out and run a marathon? No, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna feel much, much worse. And whole body vibration is very powerful, intense exercise, workout, and stimulation of your body. So it has a certain stress level to it. It is going to stress your body because it's going to ask your body to get going. Get up, get moving. Every cell in your body needs to start moving and working and harder, and your organs have to work harder. So starting with a little bit and increasing slowly is the way to go. And when you do it that way, I get spectacular results in lowering pain and inflammation, and much better than the published medical research, actually, because they're still thinking Western medicine, and they're still thinking that it's exercise equipment because it was originally developed that way, and most companies making and selling these machines think of it that way and promote it that way. So it is not, though, just exercise. It is way more. It's stimulating your brain very powerfully and your energy field. So it is, you want to take advantage of your brain's ability to heal yourself. So if you give your body just a little bit, it's a massive, but like I was saying before, it's a massive stimulation of your brain. So you can get your brain going without stressing your body and your organs with just a little bit of vibration. And then your brain knows how to heal yourself, heal you. Your brain has such a huge ability to guide your body into a healing. And you want to put it in that mode where it's not thinking fight or flight. It's just very calm and relaxed and synchronized. The brain waves are synchronized, then it's working properly. And then it can guide your body towards lower pain levels, lower inflammation, better mental health, all of these things. So I have people start with a minute, and they don't have to exercise. They just stand on the thing at the lowest speed setting. And they come back a few days later, and they're like, wow, I felt so much better. And then we do maybe 2 minutes. And they gradually, they feel enormously better very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, there's a thought for you, especially, I was thinking, when you were talking, I was thinking about the seniors, and I know the last show that you came on, we talked about your book that was specifically related to seniors, and with, dementia creeping in and then the COVID and everything else. What a wonderful way for seniors, since you're home anyway, you could start a little program that's really not going to tax you that much and help you. So I applaud you, Becky, for doing what you do.
But I want to say that it's not just for seniors, especially with this mental health crisis. I mean, young people are being hit so hard by the mental health aspects of isolation from COVID and fear about finances, not having work, and it's terrible. And I get it. When you're in your when you're in your teens and your 20s, it's all about going out and meeting people, making connections. You need your peer group, and suddenly you're completely cut off, and you don't have the years of experience that us older people do that says, it's a blip, it's a short period, we'll get through it.
And you're like, no, I want it now. And unfortunately, that's part of our drive-through society. We got to have it, right now. We can't wait 5 moments. Well, folks, we're speaking with Becky Chambers, and her latest book is Whole Body Vibration for Mental Health, Natural Methods for Finding Peace Amid Chaos. You can check her out at her website, and that is bcvibranthealth.com. Again, B as in boy, C as in Charlie, B as in Victor, IBRANTHEALTH.com. Becky, there's a chapter in your book, and when I was reading the chapter, I'm like, I remember this book. It's called Potatoes, Not Prozac. It was a diet approach put out in 1998. I don't remember the lady's name that put it out, but it was a big thing at the time because we were like Prozac Nation, and it wasn't working. And she came out. So why Prozac? Why potatoes and not Prozac?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome program. You basically are raising the level of tryptophan, which is an amino acid in proteins, in your bloodstream all day long by eating some protein plus some carbohydrates all day, like 3 times a day. And then 3 hours after your last meal, you have carbohydrates plus oil, no protein. And that triggers turning that tryptophan into serotonin, and because the protein will actually inhibit moving that serotonin into the brain and that process happening in the brain. So that's why you have no protein at the end. But so this way, you end up having this release of serotonin all night long. The fat makes it like the oil with the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates that triggers the turning, but the oil makes it a delayed reaction thing so that it happens all night long. So if you're the type of person who can fall asleep, but then you wake up in the middle of the night, 1 a.m., midnight on to 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and you simply cannot fall asleep again, you're worrying about everything in sight, this is the perfect program for you. That is a big sign that serotonin levels are dropping overnight. That used to happen to me all the time, and I've seen it with 1 million people. You start eating this way, and it's so much better. And if you forget to do it, like just before you eat, just before you go to bed, you can actually have that carb plus oil snack in the middle of the night when you wake up. I used to do that because I couldn't stay awake 3 hours after my last meal to get that. Anyway, it's really effective, very effective.
Wow.
And it's easy. It's very close to how we all eat anyway, usually, or we should eat, which is some protein plus carb plus vegetables and fruits and things during the day. And then the thing that's different is to have no protein for 3 hours after your last meal, and then have a hit of some carbs plus, like it could be a potato. A potato is particularly good. High glycemic index, things like that, with some butter. So, but it doesn't have to be. I found it would work really well with a handful of popcorn cooked in butter. Some of those crackers I was talking about with some butter on them. It doesn't have to be complicated. can be really simple and easy, and it's effective. It's very helpful.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that word that I can't say, and it's homeopathy. So
homeopathy.
There you go. I can never get it out right. So, that's just how I say it. So.
You're not alone, Monique. A lot of people.
So tell us how you integrate that into your practice. I'm not going to say it again.
Okay, so, first thing is that there's one simple remedy that I would just recommend to everybody. It's a remedy, the energy wavelengths of serotonin. And you can get it. I have it in my book, where to get it and what potency and how to take it and so on. But it's just like super, super safe, inexpensive, works. It's not like homeopathy. A lot of times, a lot of the remedies are very individualized. You want to pick out the one that's right for that individual. But this one works on a general level for anybody with low serotonin. It can help raise the serotonin. And if you don't have low serotonin, don't worry. You can't hurt yourself with this thing. It's super, super easy and safe and inexpensive. I mean, shucks. I used to take that for, 20 years. And also terrific. You can go on and off it anytime you want. Really quick and easy. Whereas like Western drugs for depression, you have to slowly build up, slowly build down, try this one, try that one, which one's the right one. I'm not, again, saying this will work for everybody necessarily, but it's so easy to try. It's $20 for a many months supply, and, it couldn't be easier.
Okay. Well, the one thing that I saw in your book that spoke to me was from Celtec, is serotonin 6C.
That's the one I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, folks, it's $16 for 3 months, okay? And you don't get the negative side effects that allopathic medications give you, okay? So you're not putting some more toxins into your system. So talk to us about hydrotherapy.
Well, that's one for the brave amongst us. Personally, I am not fond of cold water.
No.
But this system, it's taking advantage of our body responds well to change. So we are kind of designed, it's thought, to react well to cold and then hot and cold, changing. So you basically take like a warm shower and then a cold shower. You're in the shower one time, right? You just go back and forth between warm and cold. And it doesn't have to be, you don't start out with super hot and then super cold. You can work your way up to doing more dramatic changes. But your body, your brain is designed to react to that stress with releasing chemicals, including antidepressant, serotonin, and so on. The research compares it to electroshock therapy. So if you are real severely depressed, I think actually water hydrotherapy would be way preferable to electroshock, and you can do it at home and it's free, right? It's an option, and some people there's people who do these like polar bear swim things, polar bear.
Yeah.
If you can do that, you can easily do this. So it's just one of 10 methods. So you pick the ones you like and go for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I didn't finish with the homeopathy, I realized. There is also, because that serotonin, it's a really simple, easy one that anybody can try. There is a deeper level of homeopathy way of using it, which is very individualized and more specific for the causes of why you're depressed. It will address more the energy of what is sort of at the root cause of why you get low serotonin, which is more of a chemical level, biochemical level of what's going on. But on an energetic level, you have a huge fear of being alone that's being really kicked up by this COVID thing. Issues. It can address things on a deeper level. So, but it's harder to do that one by yourself. So I do list in the book like some the very common, most common remedies for depression, and you can look through that, and you can try them safely by yourself at a low potency. And if you wanted to go further, then you can get in touch with a homeopath to work with them.
Okay. The one thing that you brought up in your book, and I didn't realize this would have a huge impact on this, and this is candida, the yeast overgrowth. Talk to us about that.
Well, that's part of the whole gut flora thing. And typically, if you have taken antibiotics the risk factors for messing up your gut flora are many of the lifestyle sort of things we have going in this country, taking a lot of antibiotics, not getting enough exercise, not having a good diet, eating a lot of things that feed that candida yeast. Basically, things that weaken your immune system will lead to high levels of candida yeast, which gets going. It's like weeds that grow in a garden, but in your gut. It's not what's supposed to be in large amounts there, and it can very typically cause depression. That's what happened to me. So that's why if you were to take on a program where you kill off all the bad gut flora, including this yeast, which is pretty easy to do, in 1 week you can just reduce the load of negative inflammation and problems from this yeast and other gut flora that's wrong, just so dramatically. So, not actually hard.
No, I think things really in general are not hard. It's a matter of whether or not we have in our mind that it's going to be hard, and then the resistance to doing it. Yeah,
there's that hurdle to get over. Oh no, it's too hard for me. I don't much trouble.
I don't want to do it. And if you sit down and focus and just do it, you're like, wow, that was easy, but you kind of...
That's true. That happens a lot, doesn't it?
You just don't want to do it sometimes. So one thing that has helped me tremendously when I get stuck in that place and don't want to do is to spend some time in nature. Why is nature so important?
Oh, gosh. Oh, yes. Yes. And it's particularly tough in the winter when you can't get out, but there's a lot of research that nature is so rejuvenating and healing for us and calming, and that it can just produce an improvement in your mood immediately. Even if you're looking out a window at a tree is better than looking at another building. So we're part of the natural world, That's where we really resonate, and you can connect with the greater power out there more easily in the natural world. So there's a lot of energies to connect to. There's an incredible beauty to the natural world. It's very peaceful and calming, all of which reduces stress. And if you add in like exercising in nature, then you're getting like a double whammy. Say you go for a walk, then you're getting, you're increasing your blood flow and bringing oxygen. Both being outdoors will increase oxygen to your brain, and exercising, bringing oxygen to your brain and the rest of your body. So that would be my bigger recommendation, would be to exercise outdoors in nature as much as you can. And if you can't really exercise, just sit on a deck. Sit in a chair in on your attic, your porch or something, if you have to.
Yeah, get out of the four walls. It can be life-changing, life-saving, actually, to get outside and to do something different. Is there anyone that should not use the whole body vibration machine? I mean, if they have a certain condition, mental, physical, emotional.
Right. Well, yes, it is a very powerful therapy, and like any kind of really powerful thing, you need to be careful with it. So, like I said, go slow, but also check the contraindications, because there are contraindications. For example, vertigo, migraines, epilepsy. these things are likely to get worse. So they are contraindications. And there's some others. So they're in all my books. They're on my website. You can find them. You can call me. I'm happy to talk to people about vibration and what's good for you and how to get out of depression and anxiety. My number is 781-860-0680, and feel free to give me a call.
Okay. Well, folks, she put it out there. She's a brave lady. She put it out there. And so, give her a call and talk to her, I'm quite sure she'd give you 5 minutes of her time to, see if you guys are a match and, move forward, because it's going to be very important, especially as we go through this COVID thing and the vaccines and this, that, and the other, to have alternative methods to handle our health. It's not anymore about just running to the doctor and trusting what the doctor says and doing what they say. This is the era of pushback. This is the era of questioning, and it's really going to be important that you question and then talk to your doctor about alternative things like the wave vibration machine. And if they say no, or I never heard of that, so don't do it. Well, maybe you want to look at another doctor. So don't limit yourself, not at all. So Becky, share a couple of your favorite stories about mental health improvement with people using the whole body vibration.
Well, I love the woman who came in and said that she felt, after just a little bit of vibration, she was telling me that she was feeling better than she'd ever felt on Prozac. So that was great. And then there's, so many people who they can sleep better. One woman was saying it's way better than that. It felt like she'd done a hot tub and had a glass of wine. She was so relaxed, which was really nice. And longer term, I've seen it really turn people around who were really struggling. So I know that it's made a huge difference in my life. That's for sure.
Yes. And then also, last but not least in your book, what I want to cover is, two things. What is meditation? In your book, you call it Meditations, Art, and Love. Why is it so important for all three of those components to be in your life?
Love, I think that's as easy as it can be. We all need love, and we need connection with other people. I was thinking about that. That is like such a huge part of what's going on, and why people are so depressed and anxious now is because we've been cut off from other people. And we are not meant to be like that. That we, that's like considered torture. Put somebody in an isolation chamber cell, and you may drive them completely insane. It's considered torture. So it's really hard for us. And I just would recommend for people to find a way to reach out and connect with other people, whether you're offering to help them. There's a lot of opportunities to help people, and a lot of people who could really use your help to reach out to them. Your family, your friends, and it doesn't have to be, it could be through more of an organization. Meditation is a great way to help calm yourself, and you can connect through meditation to a greater power and give yourself love also. So even when you can't reach other people, it's a great way to... I find if I can get myself to do it, I'm not a great meditator, but I do find that if I sit and I do that, I sit quietly, try to not focus on any one thing, my hands will start to tingle, and I will start to feel a peace. And I can even get to a point where I feel actually great, but it's not easy for me. I'm not somebody who's a real natural at meditation. Vibration can help you meditate too. It can help you get into that state where you'll be able to meditate much quicker and easier, I find. So, because it is synchronizing brain waves and releasing chemicals and calming you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and possibly even slowing brain waves. It needs to be studied more exactly what it's doing for the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people find meditation enormously helpful.
Okay. Well, folks, Becky has shared many different ways that we can manage our own energy field without necessarily having to go get medication from, allopathic medicine. I mean, the medications that they're giving out now, like lorazepam and diazepam and thisapam and thatapam, they're not healthy for you. They might work in a short, to help you over a hump, like a couple of days, but it's not going to be the answer long term, and then you become addicted, and then that starts a whole different spiral. And I truly believe 2021 and 2022, especially since COVID is visiting us, is an opportunity to go within, figure out what works for you, start utilizing it so that when the world is freer again, we can go out and be all of whom we're supposed to be, who we're meant to be. And Becky's information will definitely get you there. So, Becky, we're almost out of time, but I do want you to share a pearl of wisdom with our audience, something nugget they can take away.
That there is an enormous amount of resources out there for you. So try them. Don't feel despair. Don't let despair stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Have hope, because there are very powerful methods and ways to help yourself. So reach out and try some things, and the times are going to get better.
Okay, and they will get better. It's just, everything's a process and everything's cyclical. Mm-hmm. And the last time the U.S. went through, or the world, I should say, went through this cycle was, 1918, I think. So, it came back to us again. We'll get through it, and it's about renewal and growth. Okay, Mother Nature got pissed. She shut us down. And now she's saying, okay, listen to people like Becky who get it and, move on with your life so that you can thrive in the upcoming years. So, Becky, thank you so much for being with me today. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Monique. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And to the audience, thank you for joining us. And do check it out, folks. I've been on one of these machines, and it's kind of funny because you get on and it starts shaking and everything is jiggling. So, if you got some jiggle to you, it will jiggle. But then things started itching a little bit, but it was a good itch. It was like an awakening, okay? And then by the time I got off and sat down for a few minutes, I was energized. So I know that this will work for you if you decide to give it a chance. But thank you guys, everyone, for being with and listening. I truly appreciate your time and your attention. And I want you all to remember that the most important choice that you can make is what you choose to make important. Consider making the masterful choice of discovering the whole body vibration for mental health. Abundant blessings, light and love to all. Agape.